Hey guys, Matt Science here, and today I am doing another podcast. This week is on Team JNPR, and today I'm joined by new RWBY fan, Warfighter, Alex Mercer, and Kronos.
Hi! I am new RWBY fan. Oh my god, I'm speaking into a mic. Oh my god, I'm so excited.
You can unmute yourself, guys.
Alright, dude.
Yay! Warfighter.
Yo, what's up? Back from the dead.
You mate, I am the new RWBY fan, so, spoilers.
Yeah, new RWBY fan is only at volume 4. There are some spoilers that might happen today because we're going to talk about talking about the semblances of Team JNPR and explaining them with real world science.
Yep.
Oh, I know that. I researched Homer Simpson and Peter Griffin, so I know a lot about math and science.
Okay. Well, this isn't really much about math and science.
Did you know that Peter survived? Did you know Peter survived Earth exploding, which would equal to 63 sextillion tons of TNT?
Okay, new RWBY fan, we need to keep it on topic, please.
Oh, okay, yeah.
We can't get too much off topic.
Team JNPR.
So Team JNPR,
I get excited.
So John has aura sharing, which was revealed in Volume 5. We have Nora, who can control electricity, which was revealed in Volume 3. Pyrrha.
She can,
yes.
She can absorb electricity, not really control
Pyrrha, she had magnetism. Hello.
Yep.
Flying gang here. Say hello to falling gang. Sorry. So, hi.
Yo, how you doing, man?
Yeah, and then we also have Ren, who can mask negative emotions as well. So, first off, let's start with John. But before we continue on, I just have to say, to everyone that did just join the chat recently, like before the podcast and during the podcast, are you okay with your voices being recorded?
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
just once I have to do that, otherwise I legally would get in trouble.
No, it's fine, buddy.
Yeah. So, John, what are your opinions of John?
Well, my opinion, he needs to control his semblance, because if he doesn't, but if he doesn't control his semblance, then there's a highly chance that he might get killed in Volume 7 or the other volumes that might come out.
Yeah.
To me, I kind of wish he had like a better semblance. Something that would connect with his emotion in some way. Maybe something.
His thing does really connect to his emotion pretty well, because remember back in Volume 1 how he was like, his first ever comment about aura was, it's like a force field.
Yeah, and it might be harder for John because since Pyrrha died, he had more trouble controlling his semblance.
Yeah, Pyrrha died. I was the only one who didn't cry that scene. I never cared about Pyrrha.
Oh my! Oh wow! Wow! Do you even care about Pyrrha? Wow, that is cold.
Well, everyone in this chat has to like Yang. Come on, how can you not hate Yang?
Well,
I agree. I don't like Yang. Yang is
sometimes be hurt sometimes.
She's a false Super Saiyan.
Bumblebee ruined Yang, okay?
Mm.
No.
Oh, yes, it did.
Wait, what did you say about my homegirl?
Well, guys, let's try and keep it on topic.
What?
With Team JNPR.
Leave my homegirl alone. Yang is mine, she's mine. This is what says bad about my young girl, okay? Please. Stop. Yang. I touched myself to her hands.
What?
Yang is the best.
What?
Yang is my second favorite character to
we're going
Blake.
off topic. We're going off topic.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Team Juniper, yeah.
Everything
John,
went to hell.
Aura sharing. Wait, is it Aura? Is it Aura?
Aura sharing. So, like, a big thing to...
Is it JoJo?
Aura. A big thing to mention is that there was a scene in Volume 1 that was sort of confusing to me, because it's like, when Carden goes to punch Jordan in the face, and he somehow blocks it without doing anything.
Your accent cracks me up. Anyway, keep going.
But yeah, Jordan somehow blocks the punch without, like, raising his hands or anything like that. And even better...
Yeah, that confused me too. I said, I was like, how did he do that? Like,
it could just be the fact that he has a lot of aura, and that's why that happened.
But I think everybody can do that at the time. But they retconned that later on. But earlier in Volume 1, you also see Ren doing the same thing.
No, John is the only one to show, like, such a big amount of aura than everyone else.
Are you going? Wait, TM, are you going live right now?
Yeah, it's recording right now.
You're just recording this.
Yeah.
And then you upload it after.
Yeah, I have to edit and then upload.
Okay. How long will this last? Like an hour?
Yeah, it's gonna last like an hour, hour and a half.
Okay, cool. So where were we? Team Juniper, yeah, John.
We're still talking a bit about John and opinions of him. I really like how his character has grown over the volumes, because like all the issues that you guys bring up, they've actually sort of built on stuff from Volume 1 for Volume 5. So like, because he reminds us that Pyrrha said that he had a lot of aura to give. Or like that he just had a whole lot of aura. And John's first ever comment about aura is it's like a force field.
Aura.
And he's probably like the most giving character of the series.
TM Scientist, you are right. He is the most giving character, but some people like RWBY fans, they just ignore him. Some of them ignore him.
Yeah, like you should not. Yeah, like.
Yeah.
Low-key, John is probably one of the more better characters in RWBY.
Yeah.
Like
he
he's
is.
in my top 5.
A lot of the stuff around RWBY, they've sort of built his character a lot more recently. With like, first of all, John getting angry with Crow because there were secrets kept from them.
Osmond.
And then, sort of going from there, he sort of accepted the fact that they're probably never going to know the truth, sort of thing, but still wanted to know the truth.
Yeah, I kind of wanted John to have the KO for Cinder.
Are we still talking about John?
Yeah, we're still talking about John. And John could have easily beaten Cinder if he just held his sword out while he was running to
John still
life.
have abs.
Yeah.
John still have abs. Yes.
John could have just had an easy kill.
He doesn't look as masculine.
Yeah, he could have.
I don't know. I don't know if I want to have an easy kill. I don't know. I think I would prefer him having like a more like brutal battle between Cinder.
Also, can I just mention this point that I saw made fun of in a Try Not to Laugh video for RWBY? Apparently, her aura, Weiss's aura, is in her hair as well as her body.
Wait, your aura's in your hair?
Well, by a shot shown during Final 5, it was her aura encased her whole body, right, including her hair, which is just like, what? That's
right. I forgot about that.
That's just weird.
You see it in Volume 6, and you see it in the Yang trailer. I remember.
What did you say about my homegirl?
We're just talking about the Yang trailer there. For a moment.
The yellow trailer.
I said,
that was kind of ass, that yellow trailer. Also, Yang looked kind of sexy, not gonna lie.
Yeah, sure she did. Sure she did.
Oh my god.
She always does. Oh, sorry. I forgot you guys.
Anyway,
where are we?
So, John's semblance of aura sharing. I tried to do some research trying to explain it, but like, aura is not really, it's not 100% real, but at the same time it sort of is. It's like, there's evidence to support the fact that it's there, but when it comes to aura sharing, hasn't been any research done on that. Like,
hello.
Jack, hi Jack.
Hello.
Oh, you muted.
Hi, Jack. Yeah, Jack. I'm recording this for YouTube.
Jack is now one of my best friends, now along with Warfighter, TM Scientist, Alex McCure, aka Zeus, Adam Taras, and Jack. And that's just, all those long names, then you just got Jack. I respect you, Jack.
Yeah.
Profile price pretty creepy.
So, by the way...
Is that the Slender Man?
By the way, Jack, I'm recording this for YouTube. Are you okay with your voice being recorded for YouTube?
Oh, wow.
I know that.
Alright. Okay.
I'll be right back.
Hi, Jack.
So something else about a semblance.
So,
that I
but
kind
yeah.
of have a problem with was that the fact that it was aura sharing, but in Volume 1, Pyrrha did something similar to that with John. When she unlocked her aura, she gave it a little bit to him. Now, and to me that felt kind of contradictory. But then I remember they kind of retconned it, and so to me it felt like they kind of reused it and just made it a semblance instead of making like a thing that everybody can do. But
No.
I don't know. Like, I like it similar to some degree, but at the same time,
she was using her aura to unlock his. It wasn't giving him aura. There's a big difference in that.
Okay.
I'll probably go back and watch it then, because it's been a minute since I've seen Volume 1.
Yeah.
But,
Volume 1 was awesome.
Volume 1 is... It was okay. It's...
Excuse me?
It is
Volume 1 was awesome. Yang was just awesome. Monty Ohm was still alive, so that's something to be gracious about.
What is even harder, get punched by Yang or get kicked by Mercury from both of them? Get punched by Yang, of course.
Wait, what did he say?
I think it was either get punched by Yang or get kicked by Mercury. Was that it?
Yes, who is more painful?
Mercury's more painful.
Yeah,
Yang,
Mercury would
because
be
remember,
much
she has
more
like
painful.
she has gauntlets that's freaking like shotguns. I don't know what they call it.
Mercury has helicopter legs.
Helicopter. I'm a
Yeah.
new RWBY fan and I know the name of a weapon more than you. You call yourself an experienced RWBY fan.
I am so confused.
Let's just
Hey,
get back
you
on
call
topic.
yourself an expert on RWBY. I know stuff about RWBY that is obscure to everyone, almost.
Obscure. That is a big word, my friend.
Okay, well, hey, here's something that a lot of people don't know. That the two things actually I heard that Raven was supposed to attack Team Juniper in Volume 3. Also, John was supposed to be the cause of Pyrrha's death.
Yes.
Okay, I did not.
Satisfying.
So that type of stuff I don't know.
Dies from a bolt.
I mainly
What happens? He got stabbed with a big tatas and then dead.
most of my
Wait,
knowledge.
sorry, you're speaking. Sorry, I'll mute myself, buddy. Okay.
Guys, most of my knowledge is mostly around the show as it is right now.
Gotcha.
So like, and
But I will say, like, John, go ahead.
I have built quizzes on the stuff that I've researched from the show as well.
Oh no.
So like, I did a quiz about the Grimm. I've done a quiz on the music of RWBY. I've done a quiz on making people guess certain lines from the story.
Speaking about quizzes, I am making a quiz right now. It's a
Good
safe
luck
draft.
with that.
It's about Yang. How well do you know Yang? Well, wait, what did you expect?
I am
Well, I
very
know she's a
confused.
false Super Saiyan. But that's it.
Listen, new
Yang
RWBY
is
fan.
not-
There's one thing you have to know. I know you like Yang, but sometimes, well, actually, I'm not going to say it. Never mind.
Hey,
Oh,
we're
I see
getting
what
a bit
you're
off
gonna say.
topic here,
It's gonna be
guys.
stuck in my head the
So,
whole day.
Okay. So you might think Yang. I know you might think Yang is strong. It could be everybody, but that's kind of false.
Hazel
Yang
can
beat
just
Tifa
one-shot
in
her.
Death Battle. Yang beat Tifa in Death Battle.
But she can't beat. There's a few characters she can't beat. Darth Vader. Okay, she can't beat the
Yeah.
Flash. She can't beat Batman. She can't beat Spider-Man.
I'll have you know. Wait, stop. Everyone, stop.
guys,
I made Yang lose to Donkey Kong in my Versus series.
Well, that's because he's Donkey Kong. Like, Donkey Kong can easily take on Yang because he's Donkey Kong.
Yeah.
guys,
I know that's what I said.
we
I
are
made
getting
Yang
way off
die.
topic
I
here.
made Yang die.
Go back to the topic.
I
made Yang die by again. I made a reference to the chimpanzee's rip face moment. I made Donkey Kong rip Yang's arms off and shove it down her throat.
What the fuck? Oh my
A
god.
new
What the
RWBY
heck?
fan, can you please be quiet?
Do we need to go
We
back on
need to get back on
Everything was
topic.
like-
Yeah, we should.
That's
Otherwise,
freaking
this is going to be an
hysterical.
hour and a half of you talking about Yang and Donkey Kong fighting, which is not the podcast.
But Yang is awesome.
Not that awesome.
Well, if you had been here last week, you could have talked about Yang a lot.
Jesus Christ, kill me.
Alright, but let's get back on topic.
Don't make jokes
If
about
I
suicide.
can estimate,
What happened to Erica?
almost like freaking 100
What happened
people
to
can beat
Erica?
Yang.
Hang
Poor
on.
man killed himself. You making jokes about it?
Guys, can I do a quick vote right now? During the podcast?
Yeah.
Who wants to kick out
Sure.
new RWBY fan?
No.
Because I do.
No, please.
Hey.
I'll do anything.
What do you want to do? I don't really care.
No, please.
Yeah, I don't
just
care.
New. I'm new. Please.
Put the hand down, okay?
Scientists, no, please. Don't. Please.
Hold on.
Don't. Please don't. Please.
Bye-bye.
No, don't. Please.
Jeez.
Brutal. Ah man, that
Jesus.
I wanted to do that for ages. The whole time.
Yeah, you just snapped him.
Yeah.
That guy like saying too much.
Yeah.
I feel bad for him.
I do too, but if he's gonna be annoying like that, he gets what he deserves.
Annoying vibes are going back.
Yeah. Anyway, let's try and get back on topic for this. Tried to invite me for a chat. Jeez.
But we're talking about John, and I think John's character overall, like he's one of the better. He's one of the better characters.
Yeah.
In RWBY, I think he's way better written and better developed than any other character, with the exception of maybe a few. But yeah.
Yeah, they've done a really good job with his character. Even if they've messed up along the way a little bit, they've sort of recovered.
Yeah. Wish they could do that with Adam. But we're not getting into that.
Anyway, let's move on to Nora. Opinions of Nora. She is very energetic.
There are some downsides to Nora. There's one thing. She likes freaking pancakes, alright? Like, just chill.
I'm still wondering how she doesn't have diabetes yet.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, that is a big mystery, but who doesn't love pancakes?
I do. I actually prefer waffles because it has like...
You little crap.
No, it's because you can put the syrup better on it. Because if you do...
I love pancakes. I love pancakes. I've never really had waffles.
I actually like waffles, but I never liked
Thank you, Jack. Thank you.
I know. And I actually remember one thing. My friend just slapped me with a pancake. No joke. In real life. Jesus.
Where did they slap you with a pancake?
I just said this, bruh. What the hell are you trying to do here?
No, but where did they slap you? On the face? With a pancake?
In the face, just in the face. The pancake.
Was it hard or like slow? Was it hard or like this? So like that?
It's very hard. It just made my cheeks red. It hurts.
Wow, that's a hard pancake.
Yeah.
Are you sure it was a pancake or not a rock shaped like a pancake?
I feel like that was... He had syrup on it or something? I think the slap...
No, he doesn't. He just... This is the weird part. I see that the pancake is just roasted.
Jesus.
But on the subject of the pancakes, yeah, why has she, like...
She has
diabetes or something like that? Cause...
I feel like she would have had diabetes if she ate the same way pretty much every day that they were at the school.
Yeah. But her where do you want to start with Nora? Like, want to talk about her weapon or her semblance or?
We can talk about both because she has a really good weapon. In my opinion.
Yeah, I do.
Like, who wouldn't want to just go around just whacking people in the head and just pile driving them into the ground? Just because you can.
That is cool. I always like characters who had hammers. Something about people who like wield hammers as a weapon is just like, yeah, you're cool. But,
actually, hammers is a weapon, my dude.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah, I know, but anyway, yeah.
For me, it doesn't stack up to a sniper rifle, though. Just set up a sniper rifle and just one-shot person in the head.
Hey, I have an idea. What happened if all the weapons from RWBY
exists, like all the weapons.
Then that would be very expensive.
Yeah, expensive but awesome.
Technically, though, a few weapons could exist. Like, for instance, Adam's weapon could potentially exist. Because it's a freaking katana.
It's just a sword.
Yeah, a lot of people's weapons are just like swords or not, like daggers, knives. One person has a cattle prod as a weapon, which is how we learn of Nora's semblance in the first place. She literally gets shocked in the chest with a cattle prod.
Yeah. I thought we learned about her semblance earlier than that.
No. It was revealed in Volume 3.
Okay, wow, okay, I didn't know that.
Beginning said Ren's and Nora's semblance is OP.
Nora's semblance...
Nora's maybe, but how is Ren's OP?
Ren... His is only able to mask negative emotions.
Yep, that is OP, my dude. That is actually OP.
Well, in a way, yes.
Not really. I mean...
Yeah, because he...
Yeah?
Okay.
Because...
Alright, to me, like, an OP sim would be like...
In the situation of Grimm, it would be OP. But not in the situation of people.
I see what you're saying.
Because... Basically, all he has to do is, like, if he ever wants to get someone, like, through an area filled with Grimm, just touch and walk.
Can you imagine he was there with the apathy Grimm?
Oh, that would...
Could have helped out a lot, huh?
That would suck.
Well, I actually found this semblance in this. It said...
Yeah, Randy was Bruce Lee.
Tame any Grimm... my dude, I just said that. There's this semblance called taming. Can tame any kind of Grimm he wants or she wants. Every single one. Every single Grimm he can tame or her. That's a little bit too OP or no?
Oh, that might be... It depends on the...
on what type of Grimm he should be able to tame.
What is this, SCP containment now?
No, I said... The semblance of tame, not SCP.
So, you gotta put a limit on the type of Grimm.
Yeah, like people so you can't tame like Grimm like the Godzilla Grimm or
the dragon.
Anything like that. Yeah.
They need to act like I know Grimm is like living things with heart organs, but I think they should add some Grimm that's robotic.
Ooh, that would be interesting.
I don't think that would actually. Okay, here's the thoughts on that. At first, I was about to say that's not really how it's gonna work, but then again, I'm thinking, Watts is there. Watts could probably do something like that. But
yeah.
I don't know why he would do it, but I don't know. It'd be interesting.
Also, they're going to
like a mutated Grimm of some kind.
They also go into Atlas, so like what they could possibly try and do is like have some robotic Grimm.
Yeah. That would be kind of like maybe like robots with Grimmified robots, I guess, or Grimm androids.
Yeah, Grimm androids versus
maybe
Grimm.
some of the Grimm has like flamethrowers and all.
Oh, whoa.
Oh man.
Whoa.
There's some McGrimm. Wait, I just made.
Maybe they get like the essence or like the stuff from the pool, and then he is infused into one of the robots, so that he just turns like to his Grimm robot. That would be kind of cool, actually.
Ooh, that would actually be interesting.
That would be cool.
That would be cool. I hope they do something like that.
Like, there's someone who can tame Grimm, and then he used them, turning them into a half machine, half Grimm. That would be cool if that actually added to the show.
But yeah, getting back on the topic of Nora.
Yeah. But now I can see her as being a little OP because, all right, let's just say for some reason she gets hit like a huge bolt of lightning.
Yeah, that is a good point.
Or
because like it's hard for that to happen to her.
Lightning. Yeah, because I mean, lightning is pretty powerful. Like you could, I mean, yeah, I don't have the exact numbers on how powerful like one bolt is, but like I know some. I heard some.
It is rather powerful. It's like in the millions of volts or something like, or like in megavolts.
Yeah.
I'm not entirely
sure.
So
like, and here's the thing too, you gotta think about that. It's like, how can you scale that with Nora? Because like, I don't know, like okay, so for example, you know when Hazel was holding Nora down and she was absorbing all the electricity, like we don't know how much electricity that was. To be exact.
It's however much electricity is in that dust that they put in his arms. But yeah, we don't know how much that is.
We could probably make a guess. Probably a good guess too, but I'm no power scaler, so I'm not even gonna try to do stuff like that. So.
Well, I did. But I did think about that when doing my research. But one thing I did think of was a process called CRISPR. I don't remember what it was. It was like something like continuous repeat. I don't. It's in the blog that I wrote. I don't remember exactly what it was, but it's basically like you're taking DNA from one being and you're putting it into another.
Yeah.
So, and what I was thinking with that is like, you take some the electric eel DNA that allows it to produce electricity and put it in a person. And that's basically what Nora is, basically.
Okay, so basically like an eel or something like that.
Yeah.
To an extent, if you're gonna... It'd be kind of funny if particularly if she was a faunist.
But yeah, also in her weapon, in Volume 4, she actually does get an upgrade for it. My friend has been like, no she doesn't, but she has a little button on her weapon that allows her to produce electricity wherever she is, basically.
That's right, I forgot about that.
Yeah, it's used in the Volume 4, Episode 1.
Okay. Alright, yeah. Oh, yeah, that's right, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So,
yeah, I'll be right
you
back.
know what I just picture with that, though? It's just like a little Van de Graaff going in her thing to produce electricity or something like that. In the handle.
Who's watching? I can hear it in the background.
Yeah, that's okay.
Oh, hold on, we turn that down.
Yeah, you probably should turn that down. So yeah, that is really Nora sort of talked about there. So let's move on to Pyrrha. Rest of her soul.
Right. I've been waiting on this, and there's a few things I want to say. There's one thing I have to say about her outfit, because that makes me question, what does this take place in the past, future, or in the present?
What are you talking about?
Like some of the characters, like the outfits they wear, some of them wear outfits like so like in the past, like some in the 1980s, while some others wear outfits that's freaking futuristic outfits. And I'm just questioning, does this take place in the future or past?
I'm not sure. It's like because each of the characters' personalities are different, they obviously have their own style choices, and I can sort of see like where you're going with that, because Pyrrha's outfit is like based on like
it's like
Amazon.
Like Pyrrha's outfit is like a Spartan.
Yeah, Spartan type of thing. Yeah, it's not only worn by Spartans. So I was writing the list. I write the sin list for RWBY, and I had my friend have a look at it, and he wrote in as like a comment like about something about Pyrrha being like an Amazon one or something like that, because of the spear. I honestly did not understand why. But yeah, I think her thing is supposed to be more of an Amazon woman than a Spartan. I don't know the actual term that I'm trying to think of. But sorry, I'm a bit tired because I've literally just like I've only been awake for an hour or so.
I will turn the topic into Neo because no one talked about Neo in a long time.
There will be a podcast about Neo at one point. It won't be this week. Next week, I'm planning on doing the Brandwin twins, and then.
Oh my god!
I don't know where I'm gonna go
I just
from there.
witnessed something.
What?
Hey, Warfighter.
Yeah.
Warfighter. Remember that thing Raven told us? I think it was Raven or Neo. Remember that weird thing she said? There's some guy with a furry profile.
Oh no.
Oh.
Yeah, he followed me. I'm scared.
Oh
I'm scared.
no.
That's why I stayed quiet. I was progressing. What do I do?
I don't know. So you're gonna have to deal with that on your own time because we've got to get back to topic, which is Pyrrha.
Yeah.
I like the fact that I'm probably gonna be hated for this, but I like the fact that they killed her off in Volume 3, even though I don't like the fact that they did do that as well. It's like they did it for the story.
That's true.
But then in volumes 4, 5, and 6, they've referenced her, and like they've had her voice actually being used in volumes 4 and 6. And when I say volume 6, I mean like her mother is actually the same voice actor as the one for Pyrrha. And in fact, like her voice is exactly the same as Pyrrha's, just at a different like cadence or whatever whatever it is, or pitch, whatever it is.
It might be like voiced by the same voice actor.
It is.
Yeah.
I when I was writing the sins list, I'm like, that sounds like the voice actor for Pyrrha, just at a different different pitch or cadence, whatever I wrote. And then I looked in the credits, and it was the same voice actor as Pyrrha. Just annoying.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
So
Hey, does Neo have a voice actor or no?
Yeah, she does.
Yeah, Neo does have a voice actor. Like,
What?
in the Red
You
versus
didn't know
Blue
that?
Blaze tag thing,
Yeah,
Lindsay...
she's voicing Neo.
Yeah, she's voicing Neo for that, even though it's... You don't have much lines with that.
Yeah.
So, like, does she actually have, like, lines in the show that have to be voiced?
No, like she makes battle noises and grunts.
Yeah, that's like the only thing she does, really. So, like...
One time she gasped.
Yeah. Yeah, there's that. But it's understandable if she gasp like something like that.
But trust me, she will talk.
I hope she does. It's even if it's like a flashback sort of thing.
Yeah. If she talks, that'll be awesome.
What happened if
Oh.
Neo
By the way,
is
to interrupt
I'm gonna
here,
issue
going back
for
to
that.
Nora for a moment. Apparently, we're getting some stuff for Volume 7 with Nora. Well, actually, no. Apparently, it's confirmed that we're getting a flashback for Nora in Volume 7, which is actually very interesting because could Nora actually be from Atlas? Is that what we're going to find out?
Well, I think so because she works out a lot, so that might be one of the reasons.
Well, we got a lot of people. Most of our people just left because probably got other things to do. That's understandable.
Yeah. Still have Jack and me.
Yeah. Even if Jack doesn't talk that much.
Yeah.
Sorry if I never talked.
No, it's okay. It's okay. So it makes my job a bit easier.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just playing a game right now. Team Fortress 2 all the time. I'm actually
Oh,
playing.
seriously?
Yes, I'm serious.
Oh my gosh. But yeah, so
I'm
apparently
really
we're getting some
No one
history on Nora.
Fortress 2 except me.
It'll be interesting to see by proxy if we get anything on Adam or some other character.
Well, there's a slight chance Adam will come back to life.
No. We saw him literally have his back broken when he was falling.
People can actually survive that, right?
Yeah, and getting stabbed in the gut and was most likely one of your lungs. Or like even your heart.
Maybe one of his rib cages protected it. I don't know.
If I was to actually analyze it, I could actually figure out if it was a fatal stab or not. But there's also... I think he does hit his head as well when he falls.
What happened in Volume 7, Adam lost his memory fully. He doesn't remember his name or his semblance. And he woke up, he didn't remember anything.
Well, that could happen.
I do not see how Adam can come back because, one, stabbed in the gut and possibly the heart or lung. 2, falls off a bridge onto rocks and possibly broke his back and smashed his head. And 3, lands in the ocean.
But there is a possibility that he still could be alive. Look, here's what I think. In Volume 7, I agree. I kind of agree with Jack. He will wake up. He will not remember anything. He won't remember a semblance or what happened. and he would like try to figure out what happened, you know.
If they do bring Adam back, I'm just gonna be like, nah, I'm done, because he doesn't.
But
he shouldn't come back.
lost his memory and he doesn't remember his name.
No, I feel like Rooster Teeth really wanted to kill off his character. They just did it in the dumbest way possible.
Like, they should have gave him a better death, like getting his head cut off, getting killed by one of the Atlas soldiers.
Yeah. Just riddled with bullets.
Getting stabbed by 2 lesbians, that's the most dumbest thing.
Because, like, with Adam, it's not that hard to overcome his semblance, because it's mostly focused through a sword, so basically if you just surround him with, like, people aiming guns at him, he can't block all of them in milliseconds.
But he just blocks them with, like, very easy, with no trouble at all.
How about, hey dude, I have a very good topic. Fox from Team Caffeine.
That's gonna be a topic for another podcast, because what I'm doing is, like, I'm picking out, like, certain characters at a time. If that's okay.
Yes. By the way, this is so long. You know that. This is like half an hour. This is 3 a.m. in my country, so.
You can go if you want to.
I don't. I just really like to hear people talk.
Yeah.
I'm actually a friendly guy, so. Dang, why? Why do I always do that?
So, anyways, getting back to what we are on, which was Pyrrha and her character. We went way off topic for a bit there.
Yeah.
So, your opinions of Pyrrha? She was a good character. She didn't really deserve to die.
She was a okay character.
Yeah. Like, she was gonna be, if she had survived, she would have been a big character going forward. Because
if she was still alive, John would have handled his siblings.
Well, they would have continued working towards figuring out what his semblance was, so it would have either been they figure it out sooner, or then they have, like, Pyrrha in Weiss's place in Volume 5.
Is this going to be live in YouTube? Because
yeah, it's going to YouTube.
Find your YouTube.
It's going to YouTube. She was a good character. Even and, like, I hate what they did with, like, having her voice show up in Volume 4, and then you just find out, oh, it's just a video thing that John is just watching to train. And then they basically do, like, they have it almost say the words, I love you, but they don't. Which is just, like, a big kick in the balls for anyone that likes Arcos.
Yeah.
And then they do it again in Volume 5 with John talking about Pyrrha while healing Weiss. I'm like, yeah, we know. We've watched the show, and we should know at this point. And then Volume 6 with the statue, I'm like, that was done well, but in my opinion, it's like, it's also just hiding the fact, yeah, we're not gonna have Arcos come back ever.
Gotcha.
I do have a. I don't know why, but literally, I thought of a possibility that probably will never happen, but I'm scared if it. I'll be scared if it does, and that's Pyrrha.
Everybody was talking about that. They be saying, "Are they gonna make a Pyrrha?" And I'm just like, no, that's not gonna happen.
But if they do end up doing that, that just undoes everything.
It ruins the show.
Mhm.
Yeah, it will ruin everything. It'll ruin John. It'll ruin Team RWBY.
They'll bring back Penny.
They'll bring back
They really
Penny.
need
They're
to
bringing
bring
back. They've got to bring back Penny. She was
Yeah.
a great character.
They need to bring back Penny, seriously.
Yeah.
Yes. When I see Pyrrha killed her, I instantly cry.
Mhm. Yeah.
When I saw her die, I just didn't care. I just stared at the screen.
So, let's talk about her semblance now. Magnetism.
I think that's a bit OP because if she's going against for example a couple of robots, right?
Yeah.
And she's surrounded by them and she just uses her semblance, all of a sudden it just just like that.
Just crushes them.
Yeah.
And we have seen her being able to control multiple big gears in Volume 3 as well, so robots would just be a piece of cake.
Yeah. I just noticed something.
Yeah?
Do Volume 1 through 6, Atlas, at Volume 1, I just realized that Atlas was very smart. Also, after each volume, they just get dumber and dumber.
Yep.
I actually agree with him. I agree with Warfighter.
Yeah, they have gotten dumber.
Yeah. You
And
see,
they've gotten so dumb to the point.
them lose it.
They've gotten so dumb to the point that they're actually trying to disconnect themselves from the rest of Atlas. The main kingdom is trying to separate from the rest of Atlas.
Yeah, because see, if I was the owner of Atlas, this is what I would have done. I would have replaced the robots with humans because I already know that they know how to aim and all.
Yeah.
Then I would have upgraded some. I would have upgraded some of the weapons we have, and finally I would have got new battle vehicles that we can use.
Mm.
So what happened if Atlas exists, in the real world?
Then
Atlas would
United States would be complete. United States would be nuked. Okay.
Yeah.
Because you already know they lose almost every battle.
That'd be wise. Low blow, but to be expected.
It's the Atlas is if I could put this in Star Wars terms, the Atlas is freaking the Galactic Empire.
The Death Star.
Yeah, and Atlas is the Death Star.
Hmm.
So what happened if actually Atlas is good and
if Atlas was good, then if Atlas was good, then they'll be then let's see. If Atlas was good, then the story would change.
Hmm.
Maybe Pyrrha would have died. Maybe Yang would have lost her arm.
No, Yang didn't lose her aura.
I said arm.
Oh, arm. Yeah.
Yeah, arm.
See, the thing is, the stupidest thing that Atlas has ever done is just let themselves get hacked multiple times, basically.
Yeah, like that was the most dumbest thing I ever seen.
Get hacked. They always get hacked.
Yeah.
It's kind of sad because you are like almost like the sort of like the best army, but
Yeah.
just look. You have a lot of machines, like war machines, weapons, and all, but one simple hack, you need to fix that.
Yeah. And the hack was just like, Iron would put his phone down and then picked it up, and no one saw the screen flash black or anything like that. And I'm just like, how the hell do you miss that on your screen?
Like seriously.
I'm like
Atlas is a big place. You should have like a firewall to prevent hacking.
Yeah. But they were so confident in the fact that no one would try and hack them, I guess.
Yeah.
I actually seen a weapon from RWBY reference Indonesia. Does anyone know Indonesia?
Indonesia? Really?
Yes.
Which weapon?
Yes. I see one of the character using a Chris from Indonesia. That's a mythical weapon.
A Chris?
Oh.
Like KRIS?
KRESS. A Chris. A Chris is a very mythical weapon from Indonesia who can summon ghosts and use them to use mythicals, magic, black magic, light magic. Well, there's a lot of magic I found this character named. It's an Indonesian name, but his name is Ardin Black Eye. That is his name, and no one noticed him in the freaking.
Like, is this an actual character in RWBY or an OC?
I actually found it. I watched a lot of RWBY, and I found this guy holding a Chris, and I thought, wait, is that a Chris? And then that is a weapon right there.
I want to add something.
I might check it out later just to figure out what you're talking about.
I want to add something.
Yeah.
They need to bring Velvet back.
They need to.
Well,
yeah.
I'm definitely going to say that they are, because they've got to go to, I think it's Vacuo. It's either, they still got to go to Vacuo and they're about to arrive at Atlas, so Team Coffee is going to come back into the story. That's when they go to Vacuo.
Yeah.
Unless somehow they did something happen there that's off screen again.
Oof.
Like they did with Mistral.
Like, to be honest, RWBY needs to add some, like, new characters.
Like that guy I said. They need to add that to the main character.
Yeah.
Or they can, like, have, like, one of the machines that help them.
Well, I feel like they might have pulled, like, Velvet back to Vacuo just so that they can have some time to let her build up her collection of the light dust again. So that she can actually be useful.
I'm gonna guess the guy I said before. I'm gonna guess his semblance is ghosting. Can summon ghosts.
I don't know if someone actually has that in the show.
I actually.
Like I have looked at. I have a list of every semblance, and I see no one with that semblance. So I think you might have found an OC.
Wait. No, I didn't found an OC. I found it in a show. in RWBY, I look at very closely and I saw a Chris, and I thought that would be someone's newest character, thinking that his summons will be ghosting.
Oh, a new character. Okay. Well, if it's a new character, then yeah, that's possible.
He said he said he uses cloaks and uses a mask to hide his true face.
Huh.
I saw he just used a mask.
Anyway, we are way off topic once again. To bring it back to Pyrrha's semblance, the research that I did for that was mainly there's actually like 6 different types of magnetism. But the
like
one that
different types.
Yeah, there's 6 different types. There's ferro, there's fairy, there's paramagnetism, diamagnetism, anti-diamagnetism. I think I don't remember. It's in the blog as well. I wrote it. I put in the list. But yeah, there's 6 different types. But the one that Pyrrha covers the most, I think, was ferromagnetism.
Yeah, I actually agree with you. Agree.
Cause
I agree too.
The soda cans was actually the biggest hint. Because it's like the one time she makes stuff levitate through liquid. Or like stuff that was in liquid float. So it's like her thing works. It's like a electrical field ability more than like actual magnetism in a way.
Yeah. Yeah, I get what you're saying, dude.
Yeah. So yeah, like the gears and Jean's shield and armor, that would have stuff like iron in it and tin.
Yeah.
I found a dead body. No joke.
Wait, what?
What?
I found a dead body.
Are you talking in game or in real life?
In real life. I actually remember I found a dead body when I was walking in the streets. I looked down and saw a dead body hanging, and then I freaked out. I run. I didn't record or anything. I just remember it.
Well,
Probably not something that we want to talk about here.
yeah.
Yeah. Let's leave that at the door. Or the checkpoint that we're at. And move on to Ren.
Oh, Ren, my favorite character.
Ren is like...
Ren isn't really my favorite character of Team Juniper, nor is... I'm pretty sure you can guess why. Because of how energetic she is.
Pancakes?
Mostly. Yeah.
Oh.
Energetic and pancakes. That sums me up pretty well.
Wait. You're saying if Ren and Nora... What happened in the Volume 7 that Nora and Ren married and no one didn't tell us?
No. What?
Let's see.
I don't think they're married.
What happened
actually, wait, guys. If I can estimate right, in volume 7, Yang would be 20, Ruby would be 18. I think Blake would be 18 as well. No, 19, and I think Weiss would be 18.
Yeah. I've been trying to keep track of ages as well, but Volume 4 really throws it off.
Yeah.
Because that that timeline is rather shit. And I know
It's
I just
garbage.
swore. I know I just swore, but I can do at least one swear in a video.
Yeah. There is. I remember when Ruby and Crow fights. What his name is?
Tyrion.
The faunus.
Tyrion.
Yeah. He swears. I remember that.
Yeah. But yeah, so Ren. I don't like Ren that much. He is a good character. Hold on. Let me just pull something up quickly. So on the last podcast, I actually had someone leave a comment. Where? Come on.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And I'm just gonna read what they wrote here. I think semblances are just all over the place. No one has any idea what they are, why they exist, what point.
Hey, dude, I'm gonna watch one of your videos.
What their point is, where they came from. I always just thought they were some special power characters have just to do cool stuff. And I had to replace the last word because I used the S word.
Okay, gotcha.
But yeah, that is a good thing to talk about because Ren brings up a lot of points about like how semblances are found and all that. He's like a good talking point about semblances and how they're created and how they're discovered.
Yeah, that's true.
Because he brings up stuff like, yeah, semblance could be linked to your character, or it could just be completely random.
Mhm.
So what was it? Like with Nora's semblance, hers was literally just discovered when she got struck by lightning, which is the dumbest explanation ever for a semblance. I will say.
It is, because when I first saw Nora, I thought her semblance would be like something about rage.
Well, she does have the hammer, so it would make sense for her to have electricity because she's based off 4.
True. But get like electrocuted by like a freaking lightning, like seriously.
Yeah. Remember, Ford does get struck by lightning as well to power himself up.
Yeah.
Especially with the most recent the most recent 4 movies. Especially Thor Ragnarok, where he literally is just straight up struck with lightning to power him up. Hey, Wise. But you were here last week, because last week was about Wise.
Oof, she left.
Yeah. So...
Just the two.
Just the two of us. So
I was expecting it to be crowded.
Yeah, last week was very crowded. Last week we did really well. Probably because it was about Team RWBY.
Like, most people care about Team RWBY than Team Juniper.
Yeah. And most of the people that we were talking to after the podcast were like, they said they were going to show up, but they didn't.
Yeah.
You're the only one that did. And that was after like 10 minutes of waiting.
Yeah.
Although I did start late, so that's probably why.
So we still wait. Are we finished with Ren, or are we still talking about him?
We're still talking about Ren. We've only talked about like our opinions of him.
Oh yeah, okay, right.
But yeah, so weapon. His weapon is pretty decent.
Yeah. To me, it's like decent.
For like the situations that it's in, it's good. But when it's like a big crowd, it's not as effective. Like in the game, RWBY Grim Eclipse, you see that his weapon range, like his weapon is not accurate. It's more of a spread shot.
Oh.
Yeah. So basically, if you ever try to shoot something at long range, you're not gonna hit it ever.
So his weapon is like.
Unless you just get lucky.
It's like not used as long range.
Yeah. You always have to get up close and personal with Ren's weapon.
So it's like a melee weapon.
It is both a melee weapon and a gun.
Like a close combat.
Yeah.
Alright, got you.
It is not the best weapon in the show, but it's leagues better than like what some people have. Like Flint Cole just has a trumpet, which
yeah.
Literally, that is just sound is his weapon, but like anything other than that, he can't do anything. Like he can't.
Yeah, that's true.
He can't shoot. He can't actually he can attack people, but he has to do it with his hands. And, like, he can hit people with the trumpet, but that would just ruin his trumpet.
It kind of wastes more of his energy.
Yeah. And he's easy to overcome as well, because he literally just gets defeated by Yang, just falling onto him, basically. And covering up the trump. Just covering the trumpet and just backfires on him. Which is stupid.
It
is. And Weiss was taken out in that fight as well, still continuing that tradition of never winning.
Yeah. This is what Weiss needs to do. She needs to train more, from an experienced fighter.
Yeah, and also don't use your fucking trump card. And I just swore again. Yeah, don't use your trump card as your first attack.
It's freaking stupid.
Yeah. That's how you get stabbed. That's how you get a spear through the chest.
Just don't use your trump card. Just use it when it's most needed.
Yeah.
It's been a long day.
Yeah. Getting back to Ren, his semblance of masking emotions. This one, again, it's a hard one to actually have it be realistic.
Maybe.
Magnetism, that's easy to explain because it's just oh yeah.
It's like magnet.
Yeah. You just need a magnet or something like that, or if someone can actually magnetize stuff to themselves. Because there are clips of people actually putting metal things on themselves and having them stick. to their body.
Yeah.
And then, like, with Nora and her semblance of electricity, that's easy as well, because CRISPR with electric eel and her.
Mm-hmm. And there's like, let's see what, there's like thunder and lightning in the sky, so.
Yeah. And then, like, the hard ones are John and Ren. The guys are the hardest characters so far. But yeah, so like with Ren, he's basically his ability to like control his own emotions so well is basically on par, and this might sound a bit racist, like with monks. Like, just people that are really patient, they don't show emotion. Those type of people, that's what Ren is.
It's like, yeah, like it's kind of a bit creepy because, like, not showing emotions is just a bit strange.
But yeah,
like,
and then the fact that he's able to, that semblance is being able to mask negative emotions, which is basically what he's doing to himself as well, just without having to use a semblance. Like, that is, I can't explain that.
Yeah.
Basically, it's just like, just being able to, like, just hide.
Yep.
Which is...
It's like hiding from your emotions, you know?
Yeah. And that is just 110% stupid.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, that's all of Team Juniper explained, really. Wasn't
Wow.
really, that wasn't that hard, wasn't it?
It wasn't.
It was a bit hard with all the interruptions.
Yeah.
But, okay, so, other things. I want to bring up RWBY Grim Eclipse again, with the thing that they gave for Jean's ultimate in the game. That is actually, like, they basically predicted. Hello? Okay. Well, everyone just left, so I'm gonna have to end this here. So that is Team Juniper explained, their semblance explained, with other people to chat with. And that's what you call a podcast. So links to my YouTube page and my Twitter page will be down below, along with a link to Amino. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you'll know when the next video comes out. I'm the Mad Scientist out.